Aaron from PhoneDog.com. The Windows Phone 7 fun continues with the Samsung Focus from AT&T. It's available now for $199.99 at AT&T retail stores, online, all of that stuff. And it's a high-spec device, Samsung's first Windows Phone 7 device in the United States. 1 GHz processor, 4-inch Super AMOLED display, nice camera, neat body, very cool device, and we're going to learn more about it in the unboxing. But first, special thanks to our friends at Best Buy Mobile for hooking us up with not one, but 2 Samsung Focuses for use in our One Pop Bandit giveaway. You know, one thing about Best Buy, you walk in, you don't have to deal with rebates. I never mail rebates. You probably don't either. It's sitting on your desk 12 weeks from now and you realize that you forgot to mail it. You realize you're out $50 or $100. Not the case with Best Buy Mobile. You walk in, you pay the after rebate price, and you don't have to deal with any of that messy paperwork. So, very cool on that front, and it's only available at Best Buy Mobile. But enough of that. Special thanks to our friends at AT&T for hooking us up with a review unit. And Samsung, let's get started. Okay, here's the Samsung Focus. Special thanks to our friends at Samsung for hooking us up with a review unit. And it's finally here, available now for $199.99 in AT&T stores. And it has similar specs as the other Windows Phone 7 devices. 1 GHz processor, 5 megapixel camera, Wi-Fi. The unique thing about this device, 4-inch Super AMOLED display. So it's sporting the same display that comes on the Galaxy S devices. So it'll be interesting to see that in comparison to a device like, let's say, the HD7 or the Surround, some of the other Windows Phone devices that are out right now. Of course, 720p video record, stereo Bluetooth, 3.5mm headset jack, and more. So let's see on the top. Display, we knew that. Social networking, bet you didn't know this social networked. And AT&T Wi-Fi hotspot capabilities. Now in the package you get the device, the battery, the wall charger, USB cable, and a headset. So let's take this off and see what we have inside. Welcome to AT&T. Thank you for purchasing. Well, I didn't purchase, but you're welcome, AT&T/Samsung. In this, you get a Focus Quick Start Guide, and then here's the device. Texting and driving, it can wait. That it can. Okay, so in the box, you get, outside of the Quick Start Guide, you get another box inside of a box, with your manuals. In there, we'll save those. Those are pretty standard. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Not to say you shouldn't read it, but be sure to do that. Nice pair of stereo earbuds as well. They feel good. They look nice. And has a inline switch for volume and muting as well. So nice pair of earbuds there. Up front, I think I'll test those out. And then the typical Samsung AC adapter module with USB port on the side, and a USB to micro USB cable. So that doubles up as your USB cable and as your charging cord. So typical Samsung there. Not different from the Galaxy S line. Here's the device. On the left side, you get the volume rocker. Right side, power button, camera button on the bottom. 3.5mm headphone jack on the top, and then a micro USB charging port with a sliding door that is available on all the Galaxy S devices. Now that's, I always thought that was a nice touch. I like the fact that that's there on this device too. It shields the dust and keeps the port free of some of the other things that go in ports. I don't know what goes in ports beside dust, but mud, maybe something like that. Cameras on the back, 5 megapixel camera along with the speakerphone and Samsung and Windows Phone logos. So it's lightweight, that on one hand it's lightweight, it feels good in the hand, and the plastic is very sturdy. I'm squeezing it, it's not creaking, it's not doing anything like that. Now that said, I prefer a little bit of a better build quality, or a little bit of a sturdier build quality. So it's going to be a love-hate thing like the Galaxy S devices were. People are either going to feel the plastic and say, oh, this feels cheap, or they're going to look at it and say, this feels awesome and lightweight. So have a look at it in the store, see what you think before you commit to buying it. On the bottom, typical Windows buttons, back, Windows, or home rather, and search. And let's take a look at the device itself. Now while it's powering on, let's see what we have back here. Battery, 1500 milliamp battery, and micro SD card slot that says, stop, read Quick Start first before using the memory card. A lot of hubbub about the memory card slot on this, so keep that in mind. And be sure to read up on that before you try to use it. So let's see. There, okay, it's powered on. And, just looking at it, probably not seeing this on the camera. Camera never does this type of stuff justice, but absolutely gorgeous display. And comparing it to another Windows Phone 7 device, like the HD7. Hard to see on here, but you can really see the quality difference on this side. The screen really pops. It's a little bit smaller than the 4.3-inch display on the HD7, but those colors are absolutely gorgeous. Blues are so blue. And let's turn it off and back on, and you can see the difference on the splash screen. I mean, just absolutely beautiful display, and so pretty. I'm actually getting kind of sucked into the picture right now. Very beautiful, and just absolutely looks great. Now on the device, you get the typical AT&T programs: Family Map, My Wireless, Navigator, Radio, UVerse Mobile, and then the typical Microsoft programs: Xbox Live, Maps, Zune, music, and videos. Now you get this unique Samsung program called Now. So whereas HTC has their hub for the HD7 and the surround, Samsung has Now. It's the daily briefing program that you remember from, or similar to the daily briefing program that you remember from the Galaxy S line. You can set your weather, set your news, stocks, and things of that nature, where you have one easy place to go and see those. And then you have the app or the icon on the bottom. Otherwise, very similar to Windows Phone 7, similar stock programs, not a lot of difference there. But as I've said before, like with these past Windows Phone 7 devices that I've reviewed, it's just absolutely amazing how quick these devices are. Now, granted, they don't multitask, but still absolutely amazing at how fast and not laggy they are. I can't spell Google today. Google. There we go. Just to give you an idea, we'll load up a simple page like this. I mean, just absolutely astoundingly fast. No lag whatsoever. Granted, it doesn't multitask, but it's trade-off, whether you want multitasking and a little bit of a laggy performance or the occasional stutter, or if you want perfect performance with no multitasking capabilities. So that's there as well. Otherwise, very similar to Windows Phone 7. Not a lot of changes on that front outside of the body. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether people choose this because it has a nice display, but it's a little bit more plasticky, or the surround that feels better in the hand, but is a little bit thicker, and and doesn't have the same display that this device has as a 3.8-inch display, and it's not as beautiful as the Super AMOLED display. So interesting there, but both are available for $199.99 from AT&T right now. Much more coverage to come on the Samsung Focus with AT&T. We'll have our typical first impressions, reviews, dogfights, all that kind of good stuff in the future. So be sure to keep it locked on PhoneDog.com. In the meantime, like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/PhoneDog. We're a cool group of people. We're probably the coolest people in the world. Actually, we're not probably. We are the coolest people in the world. And we're giving away stuff. So, I mean, that's just a win-win all around. Go to Facebook.com/PhoneDog. Be sure to like us. And enter to win up to one of 100 iPads and even a trip to the Super Bowl in 2011. Be sure to like me on, follow me on Twitter, PhoneDog_Aaron. Ask me any questions you have about this device, the Galaxy Tab, any of the stuff that's coming out right now, and I'd be happy to answer your questions. Much more coverage to come on PhoneDog.com, but in the meantime, you stay classy, Phone Dog. Thanks for watching.